Hey, this is Dan in here, and I'm doing a quick first look on Jinx, the new champion that's recently just put out on the public test environment. So let's just go over her abilities really quick. Okay? Her first ability is Switcheroo. It's her Q ability. What it does is it switches between a long-range AoE nuke and a short-range fast attack auto attack. So when I toggle this, right, it goes into fishbones. You see this passive on her screen? It makes it so if you toggle over it, her basic attack does 110% damage and her range is increased. And that range increases as you level it up. At level 5, it will make it so her total attack range is 700. And if you switch over to minigun, it displays powwow. It makes it so she gains attack speed. And each time you attack, it builds up a stack. At 3 stacks, you attack even faster. I believe is 130% attack speed at level 5 if you max that. So you can switch between it. Later I'm actually going to go over how to use each ability more effectively in the laning phase and throughout the game. Her next ability is called Zap. Zap fires a nuke in a line. So if you fire it, it actually sends a nuke forward and hits the first target that it collides into, and it deals quite a bit of damage. It scales off your AD, so it can get pretty powerful as you get more AD. And as you level it up, the slow percentage also increase. Thirdly, her third ability is called Flame Chompers. What it does is it drops down 3 Flame Chompers and it arms itself after 1.5 seconds. And after it arms itself, if an enemy walks into it, they get rooted for 1.5 seconds and they take quite a bit of damage as well. Finally, her last ability is called Super Mega Death Rocket. What it is it's sort of like a Graves ult and an Ezreal ult, and it's got an execute component too. So it's a global ability. If I shoot it, it's gonna collide with a target, and after it hits, it splashes. And when it splashes, it does a lot of damage to everybody. Let me read it to you, okay? So when it hits something, it does 250 to 500 damage at level 3, plus 35% of the target's missing health. So it splashes back, plus the lower their hit point, the more damage it will do. So right now I'm actually just gonna run through the quick taunts, dance, and jokes so you guys have an idea of what it looks like. So first off, this is a taunt.
3 guns means never having to say I'm sorry.
This is her joke.
Hey, Fishbones, should we blow something up?
You might inconvenience people and hurt their feelings.
You're the worst weapon ever!
And this is her dance.
I'm trying to care.
Now I want to incorporate some of the gameplay footage and explain in further details how to use her abilities in the laning phase and when you teamfight. So let's start off with Switcheroo. Switcheroo is an ability that Jinx has that lets her switch weapons. It lets her switch between a long-range cannon form that does plus damage and AoE, and minigun, which is a shorter range, but it makes her attack a lot faster. When playing the lane, you want to farm with minigun, and when you want to poke the enemy, you can build up the attack speed from minigun and then switch to your cannon form and then auto attack with the long range for the plus damage, and then switch back to minigun to build up that attack speed and farm creeps again. When chasing down your enemy to kill them, you want to start off a lot of times in minigun because you do a lot more damage in it, and as they get out of your range, you want to switch to fish head, your cannon form, to get that last auto attack to finish them off. The last clip I maxed Switcheroo first, however in this game I maxed Zap, her long range nuke that goes in a line that hits the first target it collides into. So the difference between Switcheroo and Zap is Switcheroo lets you have longer range so you can auto attack poke a lot more, whereas Zap gives you a lot more burst damage, and if you're going to be comboing and bursting people down in lane, if you max Zap first, they're not going to expect the damage, and it actually opens up for more kill potential versus harass potential. Her third ability, Flame Chompers, drops down 3 snares and it arms after 1.5 seconds, and it roots the target that walks onto it for 1.5 seconds and also does damage over time. So the way you want to use Flame Chomper is when you're trying to look for a kill, you slow them with your zap, and then you drop the Flame Chomper in front of the path the enemy wants to run on to stun them. And if you're trying to escape an enemy, you drop it in front of you as you run through it. Like I said earlier, it's a combination of an Ezreal ult, a Graves ult, and a Garen's ult. The Ezreal ult because it's a global, the Graves ult because it hits a target and then it splashes the damage, and a Garen's ult because the lower the target's hit point, the more damage it does. The last thing I want to talk about is Jinx's passive. It's called Get Excited, and every time she gets an assist from a kill or a tower, she gets 175% movement speed bonus, and this decays over 4 seconds. What this passive is very good for is if during a team fight, if she gets a kill, she can keep on chasing, or if she gets a kill and is very low hit point, she can start cutting out and start making that escape. Alright, that's it for my Jinx first look video. Stick around if you want to watch some highlight reels of my Jinx gameplay.
Triple kill.